Chamgei chitab Kolenjin atinye kamangunet ale miten komie kakoit ngunon kasarta neitun logoiwekab emet kong'eten ketesiet nechome ketesiet neindoi en bororietab Kolenjin ketesiet nebo Nenyon TV neiborostoi kong'eten nganaset nebo Kericho. Otochin en logoiwekab emet, kainenyun ko TITUS ROP. Ngetounen logoiwekyok county nebo Bomet le kakomongei meng'ikab komosta nebo Kipkoibet nemiten ward nebo Mpomos ward en sub county anan kot nengoten ng'atutik nebo Konoin en county nebo Bomet akobor kaimetabgei kosibgei ak itondo nemakararan nebo oret neng'eten komosta nebo Kipkoibet kotokyingei Koiwo. Mwae meng'ichoton kole en kasarta nekoi kokikomuch kong'emak tetutik chebo loiset en kasarta nekoi ak kora komalo kokimuch keborionji yautik choton chebo nyasutiet chebo oret nekokomuch konerekso icheket akomongei akonerekyi membeatab county assembly nebo komosoton ne kainet Jafet Cheruyot en kainet age ko Marangi koboto membeatab kot neng'oten ng'atutik nebo komosoton Brighton Yegon nekaikochi kurset koker kole kakochi icheket rirekwak nebo kochopchi oranoton akonde itondo nekararan oranoton asikomuch kotestai tetutik choton chebo bandab tai, loiset ak mung'aret noton nebo bodaboda.
En kainutik chu kekurenon netarab Rob en orani kokesireti kabisa. Koesirten oisek en orani kokakemwa ngeyai amun matoker serikali akine orani. Ko en nebo oeng orani kong'eten Koiwo akomong komostab Kipkoibet. Ko en orani kokoimnyoso kabisa amun koko kainet kabisa kobetyi kebaen njirenik. Nebo oeng kesom kora Brighton tonyokerwe kora orani. Mayuneken kora kitinye kora en tai yun ak ketinye kora en mwisho yumbo Taboi ng'wony yun kora.
Kotakimiten en county nebo Bomet ko kakotoigei kirwoget en High Court nebo county nebo Bomet netinyegei ak kirwoget en kwenutab serikalitab county nebo Bomet ak sipitalitab Longisa kotinygei ak nemwaat kele moipchi kamanut konyor konyoik boroindo chebo Longisa sobet noton nebo Dana Ruth Chepngeno lakwet nebo kenyisiek 3 nekibet sobenyin en kirwoget ne kiib familia koityi taitab kapkirwok noton ko kiibet sobenyin Dana en Longisa referral en kenyit konye kin kout inendet segemik en logoiyot kobun familia komanyor konyoiset Dana nebo chokchinet en kasarta nebo saisiek 7 akot ngandan kitogu kokimokyingei konyoiset nebo chokchinet kotinygei ak noton komoche familia kobun Independent Medical Legal Unit IMLU kobit manda netogunot en mwaet kole kochutyinetabgei nebo boisionik ko kebeberta netogu en sipitali notok ak kandoinatet nebo county nebo Bomet.
That is Longisa Hospital and Bomet County did confirm that there was no doctor on site, and in fact the doctor who recommended a referral at 7 a.m. yet this child was admitted at 7 p.m. yet this child was admitted at 1:30 p.m. was consulted over the phone. So how is it that a level 4 hospital lacks a doctor on site, right? And then number 2, they also admit that they do not have an ICU. So how is it that the biggest county hospital lacks an ICU? The only ICU they are dependent on is in Tenwek Hospital. So what happens to a person who needs that emergency ICU care and they are at Longisa or its environs? Those are the issues which this petition actually seeks to enlighten, to bring to light. And of course, apart from that, we would like also to see the family of Diana compensated, because I'm very sure they really suffered emotional pain. And then we have the life of a young child which has been cut too early.
To raise the 5,000 shillings to fuel the ambulance and the deposit for referral that we were demanded 50,000 shillings. And we end up, Diana just died on the same night, the 9th, at 8:30 p.m. while we were on our way rushing to Tenwek Hospital for an emergency treatment.
We are seeking a declaration that the denial of medical treatment amounts to torture. As you know, torture is prohibited in the Constitution under Article 29 and cannot be prohibited under any circumstances under Article 25. Therefore, we are seeking a declaration that the denial of medical treatments amount to torture and related violations.
And we hope that Longisa will be held accountable for their role in that, but also the county government of Bomet, because health is a devolved function in Kenya, and therefore they are responsible for, ensuring that hospitals within the county are able to guarantee emergency response, and also the fact that as a level 4 hospital, all these facilities were not able, just to show the systematic failure in the county when it comes to ensuring emergency response.
Kutoka miten in county nebo Bomet kokayai panukab oret meng'ikab komosta nebo Kipsiwon nemiten Mutarakwa ward nemiten Bomet Central sub county en county nebo Bomet konerekin akoyai kambaget konerekin oret neya nemakobunokse neng'eten Sachangwan Kipsiwon. Kamwa ichek kole nyoru kasarta neui mising en kasarta nebo ropta ole makomuche kobun karishek anan ko bodaboda. Karitan ichek serikalit nebo county nebo Bomet neindochin Governor Professor Hilary Barchok ak MCA nebo komosoton Chesoni Lang'at en mwaet kole kikotuktochi ichek batai akotin boisionik alak tugul chebo bandaptai. Akot kounoton komwoe MCA Chesoni kole miten tetutik chebo koitita mashinishek chebo yaetab ortinwek chekial serikalitab county nebo Bomet again komalo kotauge yaetab ortinwek en wardinoton.
Ne ogere en nganasani Kipsiwon, ne kigere en komosie Mutarakwa ward. Mutarakwa ward. Ore ne mising ko oretab Kipsiwon. Ne kilelak en orani asimakiyoiwech ortinwek. Ne kilelak en orani nyon asimakikerwech tabushek. Kibune tabu. Kagerirye koki chepyoso. Kagerirye mi chepyoset nekikimutyoi nekimabe kotep ko. Kiyai kimute kinwet en orani nyon. Ne ikero Barchok. Ne ikero Chesoni. Ne ogere kotomo keit Barchok kemoche ward administrator. Kimi kong'ung subui. Chabagen inye kotimasiwe inabanda kotom keit.
Ke kuran tebe tarap ketere orani man ko yesitago bar gimuti jebioso kyo maternity kota wore ne gebune o kitinya administrator endro kitinya ti ka bana endro barabara ko kiyagit barabara pikabar ta gibure ko bigi ko chut keringet ko waktu ke chut bigi keringet kiyesitago en orani
kakigochi betusiek 4 angot ko mawalwe ki age tugul kemi oret kora Kasper chogene lemi
kwa echek biikab bodaboda ko kenyoru shida kwanza ngemuti lagokab sukul anan kichilil keringet ak lagokab sukul koumiondos
tekinwet en orani nyon ne ikero Barchok ne ikero Chesoni
Kutoka miten in county nebo Bomet ko kagumongkei katuyetab kei nebo konetik nebo Kenya Union of Post Primary Education Teachers kupet en mornet noton nebo Bomet kondochin sirindet neo Paul Kimeto akobor kaimetab kei kosubkei ak koimutik chetesetai kobune konetik kobun county nebo Bomet en sipitalitab AGC Tenwek en kasarta netieme konyorchigei konyoiset. Kamwa Kimeto kole nyoru kasarta neui mising konetik en kasarta nemokyingei konyoiset kosubkei ak kosyinet nemamiten en kwenutab sipitali notok ak kampunit noton nekikochin kandaras kibagengeit nesire konetik en boisiet nebo TSC noton ko Aon Minet kosom ine kampunit noton ak AGC 10 wakuityi kosyinet asimatestai konetik kobun koimutik chebo konyoiset.
Chetamunyoru kerichek en tenwek komanyoru alak chekakimut tenwek amun komokomi facility age nemuche konya kokokwalda tugukwak asikonyaenge ako kiib serikali rabisiek chebo konyoiset chekimiten payslip chebo mwalimu. Amoche asom Teacher Service Commission kong'alal akomong clearly komwa kole rabisiek chekikitilen mwalimu chebo konyoiset ko kibano. Angot ko kikochi Makel komwa Makel kole kikikochi rabisiek chu anan momi. Kimoche kesom akot akine Makel ak Minet ak tenwek kotibot akotar ng'alek chetinye amun kakoim konetik bare keba sipitali kolelen tenwek maboisie mineten tenwek ako en iman ko kikosin tenwek ak minet ak TSC okingokoshinos kole sikonya mwalimu ko kimakomi konetik kiicheken so kit nekimwoe amwachini tenwek kongalal akoten seriously akonya konetik akon koyookse akotinye risitishek kemoche makel ak ne ensure kolipan tenwek kolipan rabisiek chebo tenwek ko kotko mi rabisiek chemwoe makel amun kole makel mi rabisiek che mokiu risit en tenwek amoche amwoe management nebo tenwek kokoito risit memuche ikilemi rabisiek komami risit ikochi risit makel akot kongolu makel konyo komwoe tenwek akichek kole kongol makel kole mi claim mi rabisiek che nekit around 87 million chemamiten documents so kemoe tenwek kokoito documents amun lipondono makelin rabisiek kolelen mamiten document akwongen ine tenwek ole tam kila kokoito documents bichu but I don't know amune sikolelen makel miten alak chemaikonechin document so komache makel otolong yoe ngalek cheu chu alak kolelen mami risit en ichechu kolipan chemi risit che clear 100 million chebo tenwek kolipanchi tenwek 100 million asikotestai services en tenwek akonyor konetik chametabgei amun kotko manyor konetik chametabgei komami konetik.
En logoiwek alak chitab Kolenjin ko kagomongkei neki kansela en kasarta age en wardit nebo Sogo nemiten county nebo Narok Kipkose Rotich akokochi kurset kandoik tugul chekikilewen koboto kandoik chebo polatet koker kole koistoengei polatoshek akotorchigei tetutikab bandab tai en komoswek chekilewenen icheket. Kong'olole en kasarta nekaitita igorto nebo pre-wedding nebo lakwenyin nekakiyai en komosto nebo Kimogoro en county nebo Bomet lekamwa kole en nguni konyolu en kandoik tugul koker kole koitorchigei boisionikab bandab tai akoistoengei polatet koboto ng'alalutik cheimuch koib terchinosiek en kwen nebo bororiosiek chemengindos kibagenge. Koikochi kurset biik tugul koker kole katestai kokochi boroindo serikali nebo emoni nebo kosuldaen tetutikyik chebo bandab tai. Ingenyorun sirindenyon nebo logoiwek Gayas Kipyegon Langat.
Kosipkei ak nekikansela en kasar age Joseph Kipkose Rotich konyolu en kandoik tugul chebo emoni kosuldaen bolatosiekwak en oret nemie ak neteche emet komugul.
Kotebie siasa nekararan, siasa netechok ak siasa neteche emengung amu kikikonok jukumu noto ko kit neu kirwokik sikotekak emet ak yon indoe ko itekiskei asikotekisin biik. Iripkei kora, irip kong'ung sikokerenen biik amu kandoindet as a leader komoche iliden biik en example nekararan.
Kacher nechek tugul cheboisie en county kochulchigei boisienywan asikonyor borotet bororiet.
Biik chekorochut county ot boisie county noton ko kararan. Mokisose siasa nebo chi amakipingani lakini kimache kosob emet amun omi nguni yoton. So oyai kiy age tugul nekararan nebo biikyo.
Kotinygei ak sub-county nelel nebo Amalo sub-county kowekyi kongoi kandoindet nebo chechang en senate noton ko senator nebo Kericho Aaron Cheruyot en boisiet nemie nekiyai ine agoi konyor sub-county noton ichek.
Karosich sub-county ako makele kokisich en urahisi. Mi biik chekitoreti Pamore kimache kewekyin kongoi Aaron kiyai boisiet neo. Kiyai boisiet ko kipsigisindet. Mayai boisiet amu konyitonenyu. Lakini kiker kole kit neosome agenge kwainu kelen nito. Konyo kobois ak MPisiek chekitinyen ak kokilgei tugul nebo West ak nebo South akonyo konam.
Kong'ololi ine en kokwet nebo Kimogoro Ndogo nemiten en kot neokto MP kokot nekeng'oten ng'atutik nebo Narok murot tai en pre-wedding nebo cheptanyin neboisie en county nebo Bomet en ofisit nebo kimurtoiyot nebirir Alan Red Cross. Gayas Kipyegon Langat logoiwekab emet chebo Nenyon TV.
Kongoi missing sirindenyo nebo logoiwek kobun county nebo Narok Gayas Kipyegon Langat. Kistoigei in county nebo Narok aketokyigei county nebo Nandi le kakomongei seneta nebo county nebo Nandi Samson Cherargei akonerekyi kakwautiet nekimuch koib membaekab kot neng'otin ng'atutik anan bunge nebo boror nebo kebos chepkondok chekitobonchin serkalisiek chebo counties. Kamwa Cherargei kole en kuni kobune uinwek chechang missing serkalisiekab counties en kosubkei ak nemamiten chepkondok chetoreti en kasuldaetab tetutik bandab tai ak boisionik chebo counties. Ingenyoru nasirindenyo nebo logoiwek kobun county nebo Nandi Elwin Cherop.
Kongalaldos eng taonitab Kapsabet chekangoibe keretab biikab emet kotinygei ak finance bill nebo 2025-2026 komwa MPs kondochin MP nebo Kitui Rural David Mbooni Mwalika kole mabo iman logoiwek cheletai alak eng kandoikab polatet kole makararan finance bill inotok kosubkei ak nekokushikong finance bill inotok kabatik ak kiboitinik chekikoba kamung'et eng kwenutab boisionik alak. Logoiwek chekarob eut seneta nebo Nandi Samson Cherargei.
Look at the finance bill. There's a proposal to exempt taxes on retirement benefits. So, because our retirees are old people, they are people who are sickly, and they need money.
I'm happy because the VAT on essential goods like bread, like unga, and many other essential commodities of Kenyans has not been touched. So the issue of VAT has been sorted. Kenyans don't have a problem in paying taxes. Every Kenyan is willing to pay taxes. The only problem that Kenyans have is how their money is being spent. And therefore, even as Kenyans pay taxes, we must move with the speed to ensure we fight corruption and give value for the taxes that Kenyans pay. I'm aware that the National Assembly rejected our proposal to increase counties 465 billion. As a senator and as a Senate, we are going for mediation. It cannot be that the budget of Kenya is 4 trillion Kenya shillings. Yet you want to give counties 401 billion. It is very unfair. And their only argument is corruption. Even national government, there is a lot of corruption. So members of National Assembly must be honest with Kenyans. What are they doing to fight corruption in national government? Because the only excuse is we need, and I'm disappointed because I supported the increment of 465 billion to counties. Because I want more money to come to Mashinani so that we can fix roads, we can fix hospitals, we can buy drugs, we can get young people can go to youth polytechnics. That 4 trillion Kenya shillings is a lot. So if you give only 400 billion to counties, you are killing counties. In fact, my proposal going into the future, we must give counties 50%.
Kabaishe kasaratak Malika kosam biikab boror koib kakwautiet nebo kosoman ak kokuyo finance bill inotok ole karirtae ine alak eng kandoikab polatet chekikonde polatet kasuldaetab finance bill inotok ole kamwa MP nebo Keses CPA Julius Ruto ak Paul Kibichi Biago nebo Chesumei kole eng finance bill inotok kokokushikong tuguk chemakchingei biikab boror kotinygei ak kayumetab aisurushek.
To avoid, I will really hand you the public to try to avoid people who are bringing issues on the finance bill which are not there. There are so many versions of the finance bill which are not correct. But we have managed to give all the participants the copies of the finance bill.
This particular proposal is trying to align and to minimize unnecessary tax expenditure and trying to ask the question, how does Mwananchi benefit from a tax expenditure? Whenever you give an exemption or a zero rate, how do you transfer the benefit to the people of Kenya?
I would like Kenyans to actually understand that not everything is politics. This is a very good bill and it is going to impact positively to Kenyans. In fact, we are going to gain more revenue from the monies that otherwise we are not getting right now.
Kongetege county nebo Nandi logoiwekab emet chebo Nenyon TV kainenyu ko Elwin Cherop.
Kongoi missing sirindenyon nebo logoiwek kobun county nebo Nandi Elwin Cherop. Ingetokyingei county nebo Narok. Ole kosubkei ak ng'alalutik choton chebo senator nebo county nebo Kericho Aaron Cheruyot nemoboiboenchi gavana nebo county nebo Narok Patrick Ole Ntutu enemwoe gavana kolelen kimuch kochutyi Cheruyot tetutik chebo kasuldaetab boisionikab bandab tai ak serikalit nebo county nebo Narok kokatestai kobit ng'alalutik cheterter en kwen nebo kandoik chebo counties cheterter ak meng'ik chebo county nebo Narok. Johanna Kamilan ko agenge en meng'ik chebo county nebo Narok nekakon kerenyin kosubkei ak tilyandit nemiten en kwen nebo senator nebo county nebo Kericho Aaron Cheruyot ak governor nebo county nebo Narok Patrick Ole Ntutu en mwae kole tinye boroindo kandoindet age tugul kokon kerenyin kosubkei ak kasuldaetab boisionik en county age tugul.
Patrick Governor Ole Ntutu en ng'alechon koimwaitaen majority leader Aaron Cheruyot. Tinye uwezo Cheruyot kosungukan everywhere kona Kenya koteb ileboisioito governors ak rabisiekwak. Lazima majority leader nebo Senate Aaron Cheruyot kuhakikisha rabinik ab wananchi chebo county nebo Narok konai kole bendito ano. Cheruyot kotinye uwezo kochut kora en kila kona Kenya koyai tuyet ko amun wendi shida nebo wananchi between wananchi ak county government ak serikali. Akot kotakomi chito agenge nekere kole nyolu keker audit chebo kila county en Kenya chebo rabisiek udumishi nebo rabisiekab county. Ako tinye uwezo noton keleini every iwe kila county nemiten Kenya.
En logoiwek alak chitab Kolenjin, logoiwek chetinyegei ak somanet ko kakomwa cabinet secretary nebo ministry nebo somanet en emoni Julius Migosi Ogamba kole en nguni ko kokotai serikalitab emoni kobun ministry nebo somanet tetutik chebo keker kele kaisulda tiemutikab boror en emet en kasarta nekayamkei. En nguni komwoe Ogamba kole en nguni ko kokomuch kotestai tetutik choton chebo keker kele miten kasuldaet nekararan en somanet nebo nguni nebo CBC ak tetutik chekamwa kole en nguni ko kokomuch kostaban serikali chepkondok chekibendi kekere kele kayamkei ak tetutik choton chebo somanet ak kora tetutik choton chebo tiemutik chebo boror and national exams.
This is one of the very first years that capitation for the second term has been released in May. Previously, capitation for second term was being released in July or in June. So that is a good thing. Secondly, there could have been an error in the school that received the 86 shillings or 84, and our teams in the office are working with those schools to find out what the error was so that it is rectified. We advised that any head teacher or principal who received resources that are far below what they expected would reach out to our teams from the sub-county to the ministry, then it is corrected. So we are handling it and it will be sorted internally. You know, we now have a system that has 3 pathways. We want some schools to handle 2 pathways and others from various regions to handle the 3 pathways. So we are classifying them according to the capacities that they have to be able to deal with the pathways that we have. And if there is a school that has the capacity to handle 3 pathways, then it is upgraded to that C4 that way. So that's the exercise that is being done as we move along, as the students keep choosing their school. And this exercise will go on until the end of this term. We can assure parents, as we have done previously, that the examination fees will be borne by the government. No parent is going to be required to pay the examination fee.
Chitab Kolenjin ngalalet noton nebo cabinet secretary nebo somanet en emoni Julius Migosi Ogamba ko kakimuch kiwango logoiwekab emet kakimuch ketetun en newsroom nebo Nenyon TV. Kongoi ninyi chitab Kolenjin neitesetai sibi tetutik tugul chebo ketesioni. Kongoi kora en sirikab logoiwek chekokere kole kaitun logoiwechu en oret nekararan koboto director nanyunet Alan Kiprono ak Collins Kigen nemiten kebeberta nebo graphic design. En kasarta age tugul chitab Kolenjin yemokyigei kabaraitet nebo mung'arengung iker ile keboisien ketesiet nebo Nenyon FM neinyorwech en 104.3 ak 104.2 ak kora ketesiet nebo Nenyon TV. Yetinye kabarastaet noton nebo mutyo, kabarastaet nebo tuyet iker ile keboisien ketesiet nebo Nenyon TV. Isibe kora en social media platforms choton chebo Nenyon TV en Facebook, TikTok ak YouTube. Testai iker Nenyon TV amun kimiga kainenyon ko TITUS ROP.